Hello Virgo, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for July for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the standout strands so you get a theme of what's going to develop this month, but please stay with me. I will then dive deep and give you in intricate detail all the key facets that July is going to offer you. Now, of course, your sign is ruled by Mercury. So the big takeout this month is that Mercury is going to be speeding through 3 signs. It starts this month in the sign of Gemini, very much about success for you. And then it progresses on the 5th into your sector of friendship, community, connections to others. But then on the 19th, it moves into a much more secluded zone, followed by the Sun on the 22nd. So I think I can safely say that the start of this month could be quite sociable, a lot of interaction. There may be discussions around your work in particular, and it could be a case of who as much as what you know. But of course, this is a month when we've got a full moon, and that full moon is in Capricorn, and that's going to ask you some searching questions about time management. Also, that old maxim of trying but failing to keep all of the people happy all of the time can come sharply into focus. So please stay with me whilst I explain all of this in detail. Now, if you would like to ascend above zodiac astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of your personal birth data of time, place and date, I can give you a roadmap that you can apply to the rest of your life to guide you, but also a 12-month personal forecast. All of this 30% off in my special package, but the key is no 2 charts are the same, totally unique to you, so please see the link below for more. Finally, I'm really nearly there on the 100,000 subs after all those illnesses. If you have subscribed in the past, I'm enormously grateful. If you'd like to do so now, your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. But please stay with me now for your in-depth forecast. So Virgo, as you come into July, the power of the new moon, which occurred at the end of June, is still very prevalent, and that is in the sign of Cancer. Cancer, of course, is a sign that's very much about nurture, protectiveness, and your desire to protect your friends, because it's the 11th house for you, which is a very friendly location, could be part and parcel of what really is inspiring you as you come into this month. But that new moon was also squaring Jupiter, which at the start of this month continues its journey through the sign of Aries, which is your 8th house. So when it comes to your long-term plans, which the 11th house involves, if you're thinking about staking any capital in a more adventurous or speculative way, just be aware that Jupiter can kid us into believing that things can work out whatever we do. So just important to retain that key part of your nature, that ability to scrutinize the detail. Now, also at the start of this month, the 2 rulers of Scorpio, Mars and Pluto, continue a clash, which also developed at the end of June. Now, this is just for the first 4 days, but Pluto's in your section of romance and passion and self-expression, and Mars in the 8th house initially this month. Well, that's very much about desire, whether it's about more sensual desire or about money. So just be aware again, just like with the square between the new moon and Jupiter, that you need to be realistic, whether it is about your financial business situation or about a romantic situation. There may be something that really, or someone that really captures your imagination, and passions can be running high. But at the start of this month, Mercury, your ruler, is high in the sky in the sign of Gemini, which, like your sign, is governed by Mercury. And also there is Venus. So the combination of Mercury's clarity and quick-wittedness in Gemini and Venus's charm can be excellent if you're applying for jobs, doing presentations, or trying to impress those in the know, which is why it can be a case of who as much as what you know this month. But critically, on the 5th of this month, Mars and Mercury relocate into new homes. Now, Mars is going to be moving into your 9th house, where you have Uranus and the North Node. Uranus has been making you very restless in recent years, but that's also promoted a desire to be more adventurous. And Mars is going to do the same for the following 6 weeks. So the concept of travel or being more active or taking part in more vigorous physical pursuits could really appeal to you. But Mercury moving into the 11th house and joining up with the Sun, well, that's really going to give you even greater desire to focus on your social situation. But the rest of this month then has a little bit of a dichotomy threaded through it, because although that is true and the Sun's link in week 2 with the position of Uranus means that if there is a group of people that you find quite inspirational, maybe even a little bit different, there may be new friends coming into your world, which can be very exciting. Because from the 17th through to the 22nd, the Sun, and for a few days within those days, Mercury, your ruler, go into opposition with Pluto, this is when you could find some politics coming into your month. And maybe it is just the need to manage your time more effectively. Quite a lot of people can want a piece of you. And also, as much as you may want to appeal to others and be availing to their needs, what the 5th house energies of the Capricorn full moon on the 13th and Pluto are saying to you, it's important to be conscious of your needs as an individual. So finding the right balance between those two could create some tensions. Now, because Mercury and the Sun opposite Pluto can lead to strident opinions, there could be some tensions around your friendships or even around your love life if you're wanting different things from a partner or from a group of people, particularly for your longer term future. Now, Venus is going to be moving on the 18th also into your 11th house. One friend could take on a much greater fascination in the following 28 days. Now, I'm not saying it definitely would be romantic, but it wouldn't be a surprise if it was. But with Mercury, your ruler, shifting into your 12th house on the 19th, followed by the Sun returning to its home zone of Leo on the 22nd, you then enter a part of the month where, despite all that energy and vibrancy earlier in the month, you might find yourself actually yearning for a lot more peace and quiet, and perhaps a time to just draw in a little bit and reflect on all the developments that have unfolded this month. But in the last 5 days of July, Mars has moved forwards and connects with Uranus in your 9th house. The 9th house can be about restlessness, a desire to be free and independent, a desire to travel. It can be about higher opinions, can also be about laws and contracts. And of course, Mars is about being firm. Sometimes it could be argued that Mars is the planet of warlike attitudes. So quite a robust combination, but a very impatient one. And if there is something that you feel you need to push back on, whether you feel someone's being unfair or you feel really closed in by the confines of your everyday world or the expectations people have of you or of your obligations, you may want to do something completely spontaneous and radical and just get away from it all towards the end of July. Now, if you're more spiritually inclined, that could be an attraction to some kind of retreat or healing situation. For others, it could be to go and do something that's quite physical. It just depends on your unique personality. But on the 28th, we have the new moon in Leo. Now, 12th house new moons are the trickiest of all the new moons. And this one is actually in a beautiful trine with Jupiter, the planet of fortune, in your 8th house of longer term money. But on the same day, Jupiter goes into a retrograde. So I think it's possible that this is a lot of psychological energy washing round, and you have a chance in the following month to really dive deep and get a much greater understanding of your deepest motivations, but also of those of the other people that are closely involved in your life. But if you find yourself wanting to just have some more physical or emotional or spiritual space as this month draws to a close, it really wouldn't be a surprise. Thank you for joining me. Take care and goodbye.